Spring means there's more opportunities to get outside and enjoy the sunshine from your outdoor living spaces.
But before you take a seat and relax, there's some work to be done on these weathered cushions on your patio furniture.
And there's a few options in order to get it done. One, you buy new cushions, but they run into the hundreds and may not fit like the originals. Two, you grab some covers for 20 bucks, but they don't always last. Or three, you fix what you've got, which we're going to try. First, let's assess what we've got over here.
I built this flagstone patio last summer, and this love seat had just been laying around.
And I mean, it fit perfectly, and we added the lemon trees, the lavender, the rosemary to kind of create that Mediterranean oasis feel, but the cushions at this point are just killing the vibe.
The top ripped open, the birds seem to begin getting to the foam,
Yeah.
but it does look reusable, at least the insides do.
We're going to take our measurements first, and then we're going to cut the outside of the fabric as best as we can, so then we can use it as a template if we need. Next, we headed over to the craft store to pick out our replacement fabric, just to make sure it's for outdoor use and cohesive with the color scheme that you're going for. We needed about 4 yards of fabric for our 4 cushions. Then we grabbed some heavy-duty upholstery thread, and I'll be using my sewing machine at home.
I'm just working on cutting out the old fabric pieces where they are stitched together. It takes a bit of finesse. Then I take the pieces and use them as a template, along with our measurements, to cut out the new fabric.
Let's get to sewing.
Based on how the last cushion was made, when I measured it out, the inseam looked like it was about 5/8 of an inch. So that's what I'm basically using now to marry these bottom pieces together.
Where did you learn to sew again?
Second grade sewing camp. Yeah.
Everybody goes there.
Yeah, everyone. My mother basically at 8 years old said, you know what she should learn? She should learn how to sew. And so every Wednesday, I walked from school about 3 blocks to this woman's house and I learned how to sew. And we sewed pajama bottoms, we sewed blankets, and I actually don't think you've ever seen my blankets, have you?
No, it sounds like you had a lot of fun though.
Can I show you my blankets?
Of course, yeah, I want to see these now.
Okay, good. All right, so this was the first blanket that I ever made. My skills were gonna be good.
All right.
This is actually pretty straightforward. I'm just sewing it reversed, so then it hides the seams when I'm done.
While Alessandra's inside doing the skillful work, I'm out here gluing buttons. Now, these buttons actually come in kits. And what you do is, you're supposed to put the fabric in, tuck it in, and there's another piece that snaps in behind it to lock it all in place, but the fabric was just too thick, so we used some glue instead. It adheres to both metal and fabric, so it should do the trick and work just fine. You can see some of the ones that I've gotten done so far.
So now I have all 3 sides all sewn together. Hey, hun, can you help me stuff this, please?
Of course. I got the stuffing right here. We're gonna go like this. Look at that.
Very good.
Very good.
So all I've done now is just pin off the rest of the edge to keep it nice and tight, and I'm just hand sewing the rest.
It's tufting time. That means sewing the buttons onto the beautiful cushions that Alessandra has put together for us. Now, I did just pick this up the other day, but I think it's easy enough where you can learn it too. And it makes the cushion really look like it's from Restoration Hardware. Here's what you're gonna need. 8 buttons per cushion, 4 on each side, 1 extra in case something goes awry, some scissors, some measuring tape, some tufting twine. This is nylon, but whatever you can get your hands on is fine. And a tufting needle. This bad boy is 12 inches long, so it can get through that thick material. Now I've marked out 4 different points on each side with measuring tape to make sure they're equidistant. This is where it gets fun. You take your needle and you stick it right through like it's a shish kebab. Right through to the other side where I've made my mark. Here we go. Careful. All right. Look at that. Step 1 done.
Now you take your twine and cut off about 27 inches. Put it through the back of the button, and with the button in the center, put both ends of the twine together through the needle.
This is where the magic happens, where our needle is poking through on the backside. We're gonna pull it through.
We do the same with the other buttons, getting them all through the first side.
Now we flip it over, and all you got are these loose strings. And we want to make one of these strings a little bit longer than the other. And you put it through your button, because we're going to try and tie these off on this side. Now you tie a slip knot, once over, under, and over itself again. should have paid more attention to Boy Scouts. All right, so you got it nice and tight right there. You take the short string and you pull it so the knot slips right down and you pull it nice and snug. Lastly, to tie it all off, we're gonna do a square knot. We're gonna work left first, form a 4, go under, pull it so the knot slips under the button. Now take your right side, form a 4, go under, pull it so the knot goes under the button. Take both strings and pull them up high. Snip the excess off. The buttons really give it that finishing touch. Let's go set it up. Oh, backwards. Oops. Oh, snug as a bug. Wow, that was a tough project. But I'm happy with how it came out, and I'd probably do it again.
I would too. It only took a little bit of time and some basic sewing skills.
A little bit of time. If you decide to try it out, we'd like to see results and hear back from you.
So until next time.
We'll see you for the next project. Great job.